So I bought the bike for about $500 to $700, somewhere in that range there. I've done some modifications since then. It came with the Predator 212. It came kind of cut up in here. And I gave it the Amazon special. What can I say? I went with these new handlebars, new engine riser, and I did something interesting here. I did what would be considered like a saddle box situation, but it was kind of a
complete failure, you blimey wanker. The hell is this? Did you really weld two mufflers together? Are you high? Crikey, the boy gone brain fried.
So I thought this was kind of funny. My dad asked me how many modifications would I do to this mini bike until it was done. So I made a list.
There's no way I can afford any of this, but I have been to Harbor Freight once. There's no way I can afford.
This is a... So it's up on the stand. Let's go ahead and get the rear brake off, the rear wheel off, and let's cut these cargo mounts off.
That rooster is driving me insane, make me wanna.
Welds are a little wonky, Willis, and you know the alignment's a little could be better, but you know the snare stand really came in handy here, so I'm gonna go with the
4-tom peg for each side of this bracing for this whole cargo mount assembly. It's gonna look something like that.
So whatever else I even gotta do right now, man, this sprocket's getting out of here. We're putting a new sprocket on that clean bearing. Go on, and new sprocket. I'm noticing it's very hard to put these little bolts back in on the back side, so I have a little fun. So guys, I just kissed my girlfriend. She said I tasted like metal. And I am Iron Man, so quit trying to be goofy and do some work. So basically what we have done, if anything, is just cut some metal, prep it up, and basically get it tacked into place to be welded. It's kind of what I had in mind. Will it really be reinforcing anything at all? I don't know, but it's peace of mind, so it's piece of my mini bike. Start playing with the angle of how I want that to go, and probably tack it on. Well, wouldn't you believe it? That's everything tacked up. You see right there, right there, right there, right there. And I think it's starting to come together a little bit. My idea is unfolding. Think about doing one of these. Yeah. Just to show you my experience, these are the best welds I've ever done. Yeah. No, what have I done? So I'm gonna make a new peg fat. Oh yeah, so this was the vision. Can't touch it, it's very hot. Now I'm gonna weld the pegs. Weld it! It's a good angle here of what I'm trying to do. You see how the original peg placements here are now the functional support systems to the new extended pegs. We got those little foot things I made, and I think I'm just gonna weld it straight to there. I'm lining it up so that I can still fold my peg up. And I'm also gonna throw the back tire on so I can see and make adjustments and grind little pockets for these two pieces of metal to sit on that right just how I want it. So we got her laid down. We got the welder fired up. We got the fan on. It's hotter than balls out here. We're gonna start putting some welds right up in this mouth. You know, sometimes I'm not sure if I'm proud of my welds, but I know they're proud at me. So now the engine's off and I took the torque converter cover off, and would you look at that, the belt is starting to go, so good thing I'm going to be replacing that. Another thing that's going on with this little clutch here is it's getting stuck open when I'm riding, and then getting basically this clutch is not disengaging, it's getting stuck open. I suspect there's debris that needs to be cleaned out. But we also got this, a very, very expensive gift in a can. Be a special type of lubricant you need specifically for this clutch system. At least that's what the internet tells me. And a turbo. The clutch is off. Now time to get this old belt off here before it snaps and breaks. Premium quality in here. That just goes around, man. They just break in. I think they just, yeah, we're good. That just means it's new. Oh yeah. Great. She's looking great, in case you didn't know. So we're gonna make sure to clean up all that dirt out of here off of this inside ring here that's sliding onto this part. Might as well clean up everything in here, you know, do it while we got it open, in this part especially. And then we're gonna use some of this beautiful, very expensive lubricant, this little pick here, and I pulled dirt off of all of those little cracks and crevices. But I figured I'd get all of the gunk out now that I'm inside of the machine. Ding. All right, we put the Comet on the clutch, making sure to not get it on the drive shaft spot or on the actual belt driving spot. The clutch is all back together. I'm gonna go breathe some air that's more ventilated. Get yourself a toothbrush and just I'm putting metal between this support and this support right here. It's gonna bridge the gap, something like that, but a whole lot better. Okay, so the support is in place. I tried to get it a little parallel action, but the main idea is there, and that thing is solid as a tree. So I see three avenues for this thing working out here. It either works perfectly, it does nothing, or it makes the vibration 10 times worse. But it's sturdy. So the entire idea of the bushings and all the bearings and the rubber was to minimize the vibration from the engine, from the four-stroke. And in my head, it was working perfectly, but this post-production review will tell you that it pretty much did nothing other than raise the engine up a little bit in the chassis. In other words, it was a complete waste of resources and time. This was a bargain bin special right here. $4 for an Akrapovic motorcycle exhaust. Would you look at that? AutoZone muffler adapters. Gonna cut these things up. Gonna weld them up. Gonna be great. So in order for this to mount where I wanted it to, I had to take some off of here, take some off of there, and I'm gonna weld them together at this angle. It has a 1-inch diameter exhaust, and we need to step that up to 2 inches. So our fancy pants exhaust can sit down in there. I'm gonna do a pass and get these things connected so that I can put that muffler on this mini bike here. And I just realized that that foam is gonna get too hot and melt on there and make a sticky, gooey mess. Here's the finished product, almost ready. There's a band that goes around the muffler here, and my solution to attaching that to the bike is this little piece that I've welded a nut to the end to. So this is gonna go through that band and into that nut, and this whole piece will attach to the frame. I think I did pretty darn good right here. But it's all together. There we go with the little rod to attach. And she looks great too. I mean, that angle is nice. It follows the body lines. And yeah, I like it. She sounds great. She sounds